Hi you guys, this is Jamie with Whatever's Clever Boutique, and I am back again yet with another holiday tumbler tutorial, but this time we're going to do a tumbler with water slides and foils. So we're going to start with a 24-ounce plump from the Steel Magnolia, and I'm going to use epoxy method to do my glitter application. So I'm going to rub that all over in an even coat. I'm going to take Chantilly lace from By Firefly and sprinkle that all over the tumbler. And I do have a discount code with By Firefly. It is whatever-15 for 15% off your order. I'm going to take my Crystal glitter glue and I'm going to seal in all of that glitter. Once I get that all applied, I'm going to wait about I'd say 2 to 4 hours, or until you're pretty confident that it's dry, and then I will go in with 2 coats of epoxy. Once our epoxy is cured, I'm going to go in with the water slides. So I'm going to use this super cute kind of Christmas barn themed water slide that I went ahead and printed out. And I'm going to cut out all those little extra elements. I added some trees in there as well, so it looks like a full wrap on the tumbler once we get it applied. So I'm going to trim out that main barn image, and I did get this from Etsy, so I will link that down below. I'm going to stick that in my kind of room temperature water until it starts peeling away from the backing. Now with water slides, water is your best friend, hence the name, I guess. So I went ahead and took some water and put it right on my tumbler there, and then I grabbed my water slide that was starting to release from that backing, and I just slowly work my way pulling the backing out until it is on the tumbler. And then I kind of hand to fandangle it here a bit because I went a little too fast, so I had to kind of pull it up a little bit and mess with it to get the edges smoothed out. But I do really like this water slide paper. I don't have the brand in front of me, but I'll go ahead and link it down below for you, because you can mess with it, you can pull it up, you can put it back down many times, and I've never had any issues with cracking or tearing or any of that. So I would highly recommend this. And here I'm just kind of working out all of the bubbles. By bubbles, I mean water spots that are underneath that water slide there. And I just keep doing that until it's laid completely smooth. And then I'm going to go in on that back side there and start adding my little trees in the same way. So I did forget to mention, I am actually using laser water slide paper. And with laser jet, you actually don't even have to seal your water slide. For inkjet, after you print out that image, you do have to spray it with a clear sealer 2 or 3 times to be sure that that ink is locked in. But in using a laser jet, I skipped that step. I've used both papers and they both work great, but I do prefer the laser jet personally over the inkjet. I wanted this design to look seamless, so that's why I added these trees on the back to kind of make, fully encompass the entire tumbler in what is the water slide. So I just kind of positioned the trees accordingly until I liked the way they looked, and then I went ahead and dried off my tumbler and let it sit overnight. After my tumbler sat overnight and I was sure there was no water left, I went in with 1 coat of epoxy, and then I sanded down that rim so that it was nice and smooth, and we'd be ready for our final coats of epoxy after this next step, which is going to be our foil. I took snowflakes from Southern Belle Glitter Now this foil is absolutely stunning. I love it. This was my first time using it, and I will 100% be using it on another tumbler. But I just cut off a piece here, and then I'm gonna go in with my Southern Belle Glitter Foil Adhesive, and it comes in this little bottle, and I just use a paintbrush to apply it kind of all around my tumbler, but sporadically. So not coating the entire tumbler, but just around the whole thing in random spots. Once I get my adhesive where I would like it on the tumbler, I go in with my heat gun to kind of dry it and speed up the process. You can just wait for it to dry. It'll dry tacky, and that's when you know that your foil is ready to be adhered to it. But to speed it up, because I'm very impatient, I use my heat gun. And then I decided to just wrap the tumbler in the foil and was made really sure to rub really well so that that foil would adhere to that adhesive. Now for the super satisfying part is peeling that foil sheet back to reveal our cute little foil spots, which in this case are little holographic snowflakes. And I went back around because I must have not done a super great job in pressing down that foil, but I went back through and just kind of placed that foil back down, rubbed some more so that it transferred completely over those adhesive spots. But I absolutely love how it turned out. Now, when we go to apply our next coat of epoxy, I'm gonna take Frosty Glitter from Peachy Olive Glitters, and we're gonna add this into the last little bit of epoxy that's left in my little cup here for just some added dimension. So I'm gonna go in with just a solid coat of regular epoxy. And then once I get that all over the tumbler, I'm gonna mix some of that Frosty in the container with what epoxy is left. And then I'm going to take my gloved finger, I just feel like I have more control that way, and I'm gonna apply the glittered epoxy just sporadically over the tumbler where I feel it would fit best. Because we work this epoxy so much, don't forget to hit it with a torch to pop any air bubbles. Now for our glitter booty. I'm going to use Silver Lining and Red Delicious for this tumbler. And I'm going to do something a little bit different with my acrylic tag from Mizzy Doodles today. I'm going to peel off that front, and then on the back, I'm going to turn it around, and I'm actually going to paint where the letters are with my black acrylic paint pen. Because this silver tag is going to be going over a silver glitter, you really wouldn't be able to see those letters super clear. So this is going to make the letters stand out dark on that silver base. And you guys have seen me do this quite a few times, but we're going to go around that little outer rim with my red. Hit it with a little lighter to pop any bubbles, cure for 30 seconds. Then we're gonna go in with our silver and put that right in the middle there. And then once you get that in there, we're gonna hit that with a torch and cure that for 30 seconds. Now we're gonna take our UV resin, add a dot onto the bottom of the tumbler, right in the middle there. And I'm gonna put my acrylic tag down. Look at how well those letters pop off now. And then we are going to cure that for 30 seconds. Then we're going to do our flood coat of just the plain clear UV with no glitter in it. Run our little lighter over it to pop bubbles, and then cure that for 90 seconds. I just love the effect that these little glitter booties add to these tumblers. We go in with our final coat of epoxy and your tumbler is done. Thank you guys so much for coming back and watching another tumbler tutorial. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. I had so much fun making this tumbler. I used a lot of things that I don't normally use in the majority of my tumblers, but it's still fun to kind of stray away from your standard and play with different things like water slides and foils and maybe some other things that you just don't grab for, instinctively in designing a tumbler. So I hope it was helpful for you. If it was, feel free to like or comment below if you have any questions. Feel free to subscribe if you want to be notified anytime I load new videos. I have everything linked below that I used in this tutorial. And don't forget about our coupon code with Create by Firefly. It is whatever-15 for 15% off your entire order. I also have all of the links to my social media accounts down below, as well as my new Tumbler Makers support / inspiration, just kind of community page for us Tumbler makers to come together if that is something you're interested in. Thank you all again and have a wonderful rest of your day.